Hello viewers, you're watching Nltv Primetime. This is Nufu Iyer and here are the headlines. Nagaland Pradesh Congress Committee reiterates its demand for an independent pricing commission headed by a High Court judge. Reports of a local trader being found by SIT of NSC and IM tempering price tags of hardware goods. Heavy landslide blocked road in multiple locations in Kifri district following incessant rains in the past few days. Reportedly, landslide blocks roads from Phokpur to Kyusam Junction. Petrol prices slashed by 15 to 20 paise per litre and diesel rates also decreased by 18 to 20 paise across the country. Petrol price in Kohima stands at Rs 101.12 per litre while diesel costs Rs 91.96. Delhi gets India's first ever smoke tower to help combat rising air pollution in the national capital. Tower built at a cost of 20 crore. And now the news in details. Nagaland Pradesh Congress Committee has reiterated its demand submitted to the governor on July 16 for an independent pricing commission headed by a High Court judge reacting to news report of a local trader being found by SIT of NSC and IM tempering price tags of hardware goods. Pradesh Congress President K. Tire in a press release pointed out that such crimes were punishable under laid down laws, insisting that crimes should be reported to the district administration and police for justice as per the law. According to Tire, it was the duty of the state government to control prices under the Essential Commodities Act. But he alleged that the government has completely failed to control prices. He said multi-government illegal taxes were added on all items, for which the common people were ultimately the sufferers. He demanded that the state government should intervene without any bias and enforce the laws to ensure consumers were protected. As Nltv highlighted the issue of Nagaland Hindi teachers facing difficulties in life as their salaries have been on hold since March 2021 in previous reports, this time many teachers from Wokha and Zineboto have also opened their side of story as their salaries have been unpaid since March this year. The Hindi teachers appealed to the state government to clear the pending salaries of 1,379 teachers who were appointed in the year 2012 to 2013. Under centrally sponsored schemes. Reportedly, physical verification for the Hindi teachers in Wokha was held on 21 and Zineboto on 20 August. Furthermore, non-payment of salaries doubled the problems of the teachers during the pandemic. Speaking on the issue, many Hindi teachers expressed their grievances exclusively with Nltv.
First of all, I would like to thank Nltv for this platform to express the grievances of 2012, 13 and 15 batches of Nagaland Hindi teachers. जैसे कि आपने सुना 2012 में हमें नियुक्ति किया गया, तब से लेकर आज तक हमने कितना संघर्ष किया, कितना स्ट्रगल किया, शब्दों में बयान नहीं कर सकता। नागालैंड सरकार हमें 4, 5, कभी 6 महीने के बाद वेतन देते आ रहे हैं, पर हमें सही समय पर बच्चों की स्कूल फीस, हॉस्टल फीस और घर का किराया देना पड़ता है। ऊपर से प्रतिदिन का खर्चा है। कोई चारा नहीं होने के कारण कभी झूठ भी बोलना पड़ा। अगले महीने वेतन मिलने वाला है, तब दे दूंगा, बहुत कुछ। कभी किसी से लोन लिया तो 10% ब्याज देना पड़ता है। हर किसी के आगे हम हाथ जोड़ते फिरते आ रहे हैं। अब हम और नहीं सह सकता।
So we are not demanding extra privilege opportunities. We are demanding nothing more, nothing less than our appointment order, which is duly ours. With high expectation and hopeful, this physical verification be a fruitful harvest for us. Lastly, I request our Nagaland government not to repeat the same mistake. Unlike other employees, treat us with the same yardstick. Thank you.
আপনি খান বাবা আমা আছে aro ami khan ke morom na korle ami khan to kot jabo etu karone morom pra again and again ami ko ase apni khan ke request kura ase Nagaland government as well as the department ami khan la problem sai dibi koi kena on behalf of Hindi teacher Anthu Union Zuneboto Nagaland government aro department education department के request करा से thank you very much।
सबसे पहले मैं NLTV को धन्यवाद ज्ञापन करती हूँ जिसके माध्यम से मैं अपनी बात आप सबके सामने रखने जा रही हूँ। वर्तमान हिंदी शिक्षकों की स्थितियों को देखते हुए हमारा नागालैंड सरकार से दरख्वास्त है कि हमारा मासिक वेतन नियमित रूप से हमें हर महीने दिया जाए तथा इस जांच पड़ताल के पश्चात हम अपेक्षा करते हैं कि हमें सकारात्मक प्रतिक्रिया मिले।
ऑलरेडी सब लोग समझ किए हैं, मैं इसलिए अंग्रेजी भाषा में ही अवगत करना चाहूँगा क्योंकि इसमें सब लोगों के लिए सुविधा होगा। Firstly, I give thanks to Nltv for this platform, giving us this platform to share our grievances. My name is Henry. I am 2013 page from Waka unit. We have completed our physical verification for Waka district on 21st August. And now that our hurdles have been completed, we appealed and request our state government to release our 6 months pending salary. If we keep on sharing our grievances, then there are lots and lots of things to say. But I will only say a few points. We also came from a competitive exam, unlike other exams, and appeared in the directorate Kohima. And it's all written in the appointment order. And with lots of struggle, we have finally got this job. And this is our life. We have been struggling for the past 9-10 years without regular salary.
First of all, I would like to thank
The land dispute between Japuka Yansa and Yanu villages has become a matter of concern for many people across Nagaland. The incident that occurred on August 18 at Konhau and Thamnu, in which plantations were destroyed and huts burned down, was widely circulated on social media. Speaking exclusively on the issue, Shri Owang Wangkam, son of late Nokzam Jongwang, chief Ang of Yansa, Japuka village, stated that Yansa village invited Yanu village to settle the land dispute peacefully. However, the latter turned down the invitation. Wangkam also said that people of Yanu village illegally started plantations at Konhau and Thamnu area. Let's listen to what Owang Wangkam has to say.
Forefathers time de busti loigena thaka laga jaga ase aru location laga naam do Pantum ase aru image te thaka to hoile aman Sautong goy etu Sautong do ami khan head hunting zamana de yate matha khan anishe gole yate pra ami khan rituals khan kuri kina ami khan iniga accept kore etu ekta proof etu dikhai di ase ami laga naam to N Owang Wangham, son of His Excellency late Sri Nokzam chief ang laga bacha ase ami yate 18 August 2021 laga incident all of further clarify koribo koina khara kurina ase etu agete ekta duita kotha koi jabo sob manu phal ba huni lobi Yansa Japuka aru Yanu laga boundary to hoile tikhi nala etu bra mark kurigina ase to etu tikhi nala amakan do etu tikhi nala tak to jinda thaka tak claim kurinai thakibo etu janai di ase first day etu bichite 18 August 2021 the kila iniga incident olai she gole to ami khan Japuka Yansa khan bra tahan ke inviting letters kan dise tahan itu ke bi ahanai itu issue to resolve kuro nimite nahi thaka bra amahan tahan ke prohibiting orders bi serve kurise holibi tahan mananai na mani gina itia laga tikhi nala to par kuri gina konhua aru thamnu etu duita location de tahan illegal cultivation aru plantation kuri thaka bra amahan eniga etu clear kuribo koi gina August 18 2021 te amikhan eniga jai gina aha ase yansa amahan yansa jabuga amahan do aru Persondin 21 August 2021 de Yanu laga rejoinder statement do ki ulaise itu to totally baseless aro fabricated story cook stories ase aro itu do dunia manuge itui usani ki koina bhapna kuribole itu tahan olai dia ase kile gole tahan itu statement hisabte tahan do ekta pongwan busti ase koise to pongwan ting to ki koi itu kunyak elders kan bhal ba janibo aru pongwan ting bhal ba janibole mon jai kole keyu khan ke bi hudibi tahan bhal ba koi dibo pongwan ting gole to eto busti la ekta status ase huru dangor laga kiba ekta status ase kunyak khan bhal ba jane to itu claim kura ase itu clarify kuribo gole apni khan kunyak la elders khan ke hudaudi kuribi na jana khan gorina itu janai di ase aru amikhan la claim do ki karne ase itu bhal ba aru clear kuri dibo amikhan do yate itia present thaga jabuka to hole shifting kurina aha ase itu agede amahan forefathers kan do hole pantum konhua pantum da amikhan busti banai gina thaka ase itu busti banai gina thaka to ki laga kinika proof kuribo gole to itu nisna amahan sautong goi itu nisna itia still tate ase present itia bi ase to itu jai gina amikhan sao pare konhua pantum de itu nisna pathor khara kurina ase itu jai gina sai gina amikhan witness kuribo na jana khan aru itu facts khan jani gina pal bra issue to resolve kuribo koina akha ase kunya khan bi iniga bhapna kuri thakibo to itu to jani bole mon joa khan to tate jai gina visit kuri lobi koina itu bi janai di ase aru itu issue resolve kuribole ami khan jaboga khan to ready ase aru itu issue to kote olaise itu jagate resolve kuribo konhua thamnu tate resolve kuribo koigina amakan itu janai di ase kunyak la custom tradition.
The Nagaland Foothill Road Construction Committee recently gave Nagaland government a 30-day deadline to positively respond to the plea of making the foothill road pliable. The POM Students Union Dimapur also extended its support to the committee's 30-day deadline. Speaking exclusively to Nltv in an interview, President PSUT NU POM stated that the union will support the committee's indefinite agitation.
Nagaland Foothill Road Coordination Committee bra state government ge positive response di bole 30 days deadline aro ultimatum dikina ase isu laborde Dimapur POM Union takan brabi takan laga support extend kurigina ase aja mikhan lode in your POM taitu ledo Dimapur POM Students Union laga president ase to tala statement amian sopanu khuni sabo.
Has stated by our Monla POM Union Dimapur Khanba press release the state Kranishna. We are working together. Aro mon kili itu ge support kurishe noile mon kili itu de thakiwo lagi itu foothill road kili thakiwo lagi ina stand kurase kole do mon bi itu committee la part de ase itu bichide when it comes to road rasta de aishe kole do mon bishibak we are together as 11 tribes ase into community aro mon bishibak to asam la rasta de perai aro when they are kitaba ban thake nole border issue thakibo ina kiki tham de one karne bishi difficult hoi jai peraule khan bi aro especially common people khan karne than bishi tuk pai idwa we have to itu foothill road thaishi gole to bishi bal ho because it will be like a survival road when it comes to road rasta right sop to mon sop ke iki rakhi kiki holibi business hobi no shikule education field hobi ki holibi rasta right connect kuri mon sop ke idura itu government brabi itu foothill road karni do priority digina importance digina side le do bishi bhalo hogana mon bi itu gani support korese aro mon district 4 or 5 district ke connect kore and mon longling district the aishi kole do it covers around 20 kilometers itura mon bi iturai aro more kinako rasta karni aro support korese and also there are 11 tribes, or 6 eastern tribe carnibi, especially easterners carnib shit duk thake, because everybody knows it road condition do kina thake. It by it foothil road to lot bonus dile balase, or doyang bridge is almost on the verge of completion. This year last pali do hoja wanishna se idura itu ultimatum dia divi itu all of maintain itu rasta do all of maintain kurshe gole balase gona dina se idura we very much hope that government can be importance dina saidio gona, aro if they after the 30 days ultimatum than iku kurana ikushi gole bi, we the 11 tribes we are very much in support our agitation holibic and any types of agitation. We are like very much together and in supportive of this.
Petrol prices were slashed by 15 to 20 paise per litre, and diesel rates also decreased by 18 to 20 paise on Sunday across the country. The petrol price was slashed after it remained static for more than a month. After the price revision, the petrol price in the state capital of Kohima is retailing at Rs 101.12 per litre, while that of diesel is Rs 91.96 per litre in Dimapur. Petrol now costs Rs 100.12 per litre and diesel Rs 91.15 per litre. However, in districts like Tuensang, Kifri, Zineboto and Longleng, there was marginal hike fuel prices. It is to be noted that petrol prices last saw a jump on July 17, 2021, when they rose by 30 paise in the national capital. Three persons were arrested and 6 stolen motorcycles were recovered by Mokokchung police from Zenepoto and Tuensang districts on Sunday. STBO Mokokchung Chubachang informed that police launched a thorough investigation just after Independence Day celebration and got inputs from sources related to stolen motorcycles recently this year. Mokokchung police, with assistance from Zeneboto police, arrested Kakito Yepto, age 27, Inapa Kiba, age 21, and Hito Aomi, age 30, from Keltomi village in Zeneboto district. The recovered motorcycles included Yamaha R15, Pulsar RS 200, KTM Duke, DVS Apache RTR 200, Pulsar 1509, DTS 1, and Discover 125. Heavy landslide blocked road in multiple locations in Kifri district on Sunday following incessant rains in the past few days. As per reports, the landslide blocked roads from Pokpur to Kyusam Junction and further to Pungro and Kifri. However, respond to the appeal of the village council of Pokpur, the Assam Rifles provided JCP and helped in cleaning the road. Nagaland's Sustainable Development Goals Vision 2030 aims at 100% literacy rate. SDG's Vision 2030, in its goal for on-quality education, stated that it would focus on ensuring exclusive and equitable quality education and promote lifelong learning opportunities for all. Furthermore, by 2030, it aims to eliminate gender and other disparities at all levels in education and ensure equal access to affordable and quality education as well as vocational training for all. The 2030 targets include 100% literacy rate, 100% enrollment in primary education, 0% or near 0% dropout rate at school level, 100% or near 100% pass for primary education, and 100% enrollment rate of children with special needs. Nagaland experienced deficit rainfall of 24% between June 1 to August 19, informs Sunit Das, senior scientist at Indian Meteorological Department Regional Center, Guwahati. The weather condition in Nagaland resulted in poor germination and wielding of standing crops, where this is a massive crisis for the state as 70% of farmers are involved in jhum cultivation. Water scarcity has an indirect effect as infestation of fall armyworm in maize farms last week of March 2021 affected 3,048.45 hectares in 334 villages. The ministry added. Nagaland government issued a new SOP on 19th of August whereby it was mentioned that recreational areas in similar places are permitted to open up to maximum of 50% capacity. But simple public health measures were to be followed in the places. In lieu to this, Nltv made a ground report where we talked to the street vendors and the customers to get their views on the same.
Public expressed happiness over reopening of recreational places. Street vendors equally happy with Unlock 5. Prices of items remain unchanged. Dimapur people relish Naga street food after a long gap. Life seems to be back to normalcy in Nagaland following lockdown for past few months. As Nagaland heading towards Unlock, empty streets are getting crowded again. Shops are allowed to open now within compliance with COVID guidelines. The food stalls have been permitted to operate till 9 in the evening, and that has brought joy to the food lovers of Dimapur, as they have been allowed to come out of their home and visit the food joints and taste their favorite dishes. When Nltv went to visit one such place in City Tower, we found people enjoying street foods.
I'm so happy that Kololi this and then kinay ko corridor madu khawli na paina khawli do pai obviously but inihan khawli do inihan kholi di na bishi thanks se and then like ini bala se aro ina manami just sapara banais na aro literally man bin nai wo to ne ni khushi se.
The street vendors, although happy with the reopening order, they share their concern about the fact that the shops are allowed to open only on 4 days of the week. They say that the pandemic has hit them hard.
Only 4 दिन जो खोले public kan to man duk pasa Sunday to lebi aro Sunday ti aro check na ilo to ses fine taro bola gibo na ito kane takin ke help di bola gi government pra 100 lebi help kro bola gi di kan be jani bola gi di.
And that they would appreciate the government's help in such dire situations. They say that it is difficult to manage their families' expenses given the prevailing scenario, and that they want full reopening of the state.
Kyu krubo? Opai nahi ami garu katamano se na pare to manikon to duk pai to bacha aro maki kan ki khlabo government service kan to boy kan khai aro makan to makan sa ki khau parbo duk pra khabo aro lathi pra marebo fine tarabo olta polta kuro to ta kan be government kan be bujibo lagi na.
With video journalists Bendang Suneb and Khalil, Arama Chumi and Sunkumayer's report from Dimapur for Nagaland TV.
5 mixed martial arts MMA fighters from Nagaland will represent India at the Global Association of Mixed Martial Arts Asian MMA Championship, which is scheduled to take place in Kyrgyzstan from August 24 to 28. One of the fighters from Nagaland, Meridian Newmai, told that he will fight in featherweight category, while Arsenba Uzakam in flyweight category. Limasnap Imjin, bantamweight Kekritinho Angami, lightweight, and Longtsakamba Ao will be in the welterweight. All 5 fighters from the state are from Combat Academy Nagaland in Dimapur. Newmai also added that it would be their first exposure at international level. A total of 16 fighters will be representing India at the championship. Medical camp cum vaccination drive at all Pirsampoi village, Parent district, was organized on Sunday by Jaluki Battalion of Assam Rifles in collaboration with Primary Health Center Atipong. Reportedly, the Assam Rifles provided medical staff and administrative support, wherein a total of 119 persons, including 22 children, were benefited from the medical camp. Bihar Chief Minister Nitish Kumar along with a 10-member all-party delegation from the state on Monday met Prime Minister Narendra Modi to press the demand for a caste-based census. Leader of opposition in the Bihar Assembly Tejashwi Yadav, former Chief Minister Jitan Ram Manji, ministers in the Bihar government Janak Ram, Mukesh Sahani and Vijay Kumar Chowdhury, leader of Congress Legislature Party Ajit Sharma, Suryakant Baswan of the CPI, Mahbub Alam, CBI-ML, Akhtarul Imam AIMIM and Ajay Kumar CBIM were also a part of the delegation led by Nitish Kumar. Reportedly, during the meeting, both Kumar and Yadav strongly pressed for the caste-based census. After the meeting, Nitish Kumar said that the Prime Minister listened to the points of every leader. Delhi Chief Minister Arvind Kejriwal inaugurated first India's ever smoke tower at Baba Kharak Singh Marg in the Connaught Place area to help combat rising air pollution in the national capital. The Delhi cabinet gave approval for the project in October 2020. The 20-meter-long structure, which has been set up to improve air quality in a radius of around 1 kilometer, will function at full capacity after the monsoon season. The tower, built at a cost of 20 crore tower, has been funded by the Delhi government.
देखिए, दिल्ली के अंदर प्रदूषण के खिलाफ अरविंद केजरीवाल जी के नेतृत्व में सरकार लगातार काम कर रही है। इसमें पूरे देश के अंदर इस राजधानी में पहला स्मॉग टावर लगाया जा रहा है, जो अनुमानित है कि पर सेकेंड 1000 घन मीटर हवा को जो है वो साफ करेगा। तो मुझे भरोसा है कि ये जो स्मॉग टावर बन रहा है, जिसका 23 तारीख को दिल्ली के मुख्यमंत्री श्री अरविंद केजरीवाल जी उद्घाटन करने जा रहे हैं, उसके बाद फिर हमारे एक्सपर्ट इसको मॉनिटर करेंगे और इसका कितना इम्पैक्ट हो रहा है उसको असेस करेंगे और उसके अनुसार फिर सरकार को रिपोर्ट।
Mr. Mudija, 56, from Chennai, is India's longest surviving COVID-19 patient on extracorporeal membrane oxygenation and ventilator for 109 days. Mudija was discharged on Thursday afternoon, spending almost 9 weeks on ECMO, and became the first to recover without a lung transplant. In a statement made by Professor Mohammed Rela believes that the ECMO machine will be a key tool to treat other life-threatening illnesses in these uncertain times. Punjab School Education Minister Vijay Inder Singla on Sunday said the state government has renamed 10 schools after the Olympic medal-winning hockey team players from the state. The approval to rename the schools was given by State Chief Minister Amrinder Singh. The Indian men's hockey team rewrote history by claiming an Olympic medal after 41 years. The resolute Indian team defeated Germany 5-4 to win bronze in an edge-of-the-seat playoff match in the Tokyo Olympics. Amid a raging row over the hefty taxes on petrol and diesel, Niti Aayog is learned to have proposed a formula whereby the two motor fuels and electricity could be brought under the goods and services tax in one go, without causing much center to hassle. According to the think tank's formula, the center would compensate the state for potential revenue losses on account of shifting electricity, which is currently being taxed by the state. Exclusively to GST for about 6 years recently, Niti Aayog held a discussion on transition of energy products into the GST regime with economists and industry experts, from where it floated these ideas. Finance Minister Nirmala Sitharaman will launch the National Monetization Pipeline on Monday, listing out the centre's infrastructure assets to be sold over the next 4 years. According to a statement issued by the Niti Aayog, the NMP will serve as a medium-term roadmap for the asset monetization initiative of centre, besides providing visibility to the investors. Reportedly, a national monetization plan of about ₹6 lakh crore is in the offing, which will have a range of assets from pipelines to power grid pipelines to national highways. Furthermore, the National Monetization Pipeline book will be released in the presence of Vice Chairman of Niti Aayog, Dr. Rajiv Kumar, CEO Amitabh Kant, and secretaries of relevant line ministries whose assets constitute the monetization pipeline. India reports 25,072 fresh COVID-19 cases and 389 deaths in the last 24 hours. India's recovery rate now stands at 97.64%. A total of 44,157 patients recovered in the last 24 hours, which bring the total recoveries to 3,16,08,626 across the country in the last 24 hours, with 3,33,924 active cases. Meanwhile, Nagaland records 29,554 COVID-19 cases, while 609 deaths. India has signed a deal for 70,000 AK-203 assault rifles to be procured from Russia, while the army is also looking at the procuring limited number of helicopters off the shelf to meet immediate shortage of light utility helicopters. Meanwhile, Russia has carried out upgrades of the Ka-2261 helicopter on offer. The army is looking at procuring over 7.5 lakh AK-203 rifles, and the two countries had signed an intergovernmental agreement in February 2019, following which a joint venture, Indo-Russian Rifles Private Limited, which was set up at Korwa in Uttar Pradesh for manufacturing the rifles. Officials from India and Russia confirmed that deal for 70,000 rifles had been signed, but the first payment is yet to be made. The deliveries would begin within 3 months once the first payment is made and be completed in 6 months.
We're at Kalashnikov's Moscow offices, where I have in my hand a weapon that's going to become very familiar to the Indian Army not long from now. This is the AK-203 assault rifle. And over 600,000 of these will, in the next few months and a couple of years, will become a standard infantry weapon with the Indian Army. And these weapons, once an order is placed, will start to roll out from a factory in the Korwa village in Amethi. Amethi, of course, the very politically sensitive Amethi, where Smriti Irani is now the Member of Parliament. This was seen as a prestige project for the Modi government. It has been pushed through. It is a factory that happens to be a joint venture between the legendary Kalashnikov of Russia and the Ordnance Factory Board in India.
Border Security Force opened fire at a drone along the Indo-Pak international border in Arnia sector of Jammu district. Early on Monday morning, a BSF spokesperson said a blinking red and yellow light in the sky was observed by their forward troops in Arnia sector, and that their troops immediately fired 25 LMG rounds on the flying object, due to which it gained some height and went towards Pakistan's side. Reportedly, the area is being searched with help of police. A firefight broke out between unidentified gunmen. Western security forces and Afghan guards of Kabul airport on Monday. Germany's armed forces said as thousands of Afghans and foreigners thronged the airport, seeking to flee Taliban rule. One Afghan guard was killed and 3 were wounded in the battle at the airport's north gate, which involved US and German forces, the German military said on Twitter. While the Taliban have deployed their terrorists outside the airport, where they have tried to help enforce some kind of order, there are Afghan guards helping US forces inside the airport. 2 NATO officials at the airport said the situation was under control and all airport gates had been closed. The airport has been in chaos since the Taliban seized the capital on August 15, as US and international forces try to evacuate citizens and vulnerable Afghans.
Getting on the floor. Getting on the floor.
I know they're shooting them. Are they shooting them? Yeah. You see any bodies?
That's all we have for tonight. Keep watching Nltv for more news and updates.